Can we hear me? Can we hear me good? All right. I think I got enough lighting put on these where I can kind of move to the next area I want to build. Because I'll still build buildings under here, but maybe I leave that. Nah, I could do... Let's try to see what kind of builds I could put under here that would match well, but be different from the ones up top. I could probably put Shogun down here. I think that would end up looking really good as builds down here because it'll match the brown, and then it's even got some yellow to match those lights. I think we do that. Because I could fit a couple of builds here. Excuse me. Because I could probably do like a build here or there. Well, okay. How's it going, Josh? Welcome in. So I figure... Oh, yeah, those ones bump in. Hold on. Isn't there a different style of window? There's two different styles of walls. But they still kind of look like windows anyway. I'm not too concerned. I just remember one of these fit next to here. Like this, yeah. And then I have room for one corner. Actually, let me do, I think there is this one that was a little bit different. Yep. And then on the sides, I can do windows. What matches these ones better? I guess it doesn't matter. I think these ones look a little better. And then we can go to a regular wall. Oh, this doesn't have the yellow that lines up in the same spot. Is the other one different? No, I guess I'll just do windows. Yeah, let's just do these all the way back. I don't have to make it super fancy. I'm making a custom Ryumura city. So this is where it's gonna become much, much bigger and bigger and bigger as I continue to work on it. I'm gonna try to fill up like as much of this open space here that I have in this area. What's up, Cyber Gamer? Welcome in. Yo, thank you for the follow. Storm King, thank you for the follow. That's a maybe it might be a LEGO Fortnite fan, but I imagine it's a Save the World fan more so. You know what? We'll end the building there then. I don't need to make it come super far back. So right now I'm working on some of the under city, which I'm going to make Shogun Palace themed. I think that'll mesh well with the rest of what I got going on. And then... Yo! Herp. Herp der derp. Thank you for the follow. Wait, that's different space. Oh, that door is probably like a weird size. So what do I have to do? Maybe it's just that and a 12. That'll work. Because if I do this, I think that leaves a 12 space there, yeah. Perfect. And then we can actually, I think, as long as it doesn't bump, it might bump into some of this. Let's see what the roofs do. Yeah, I'd have to almost have to make this one thinner. Hold on. We're gonna have to redo this. Yo, Charlie! Shark, thank you for the follows. And welcome in. So here, I'll give you a good, right now I'm building like the undercity of the Ryumara city, which I'm gonna use Shogun parts for. But I gotta kind of rethink that. But this is what I've got going so far. Levels and levels and levels. We're just gonna layer the crap out of this build, and it'll become so much more like full as we keep building. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, thank you. We try hards out here. Could these see this specific door? I think the other door does that too. Oh no, wait, maybe this one will work better because it's like longer or whatever. Maybe this one will allow me to I think this one allows me to actually put those pieces beside it without it goofing. Oh no, it still wants to bump into that right there. What about the other style? Oops. No, that's even too large. I guess I could use... There's got to be a different door that I can use with these, because these are the only Shogun doors, but give me a second. We'll figure this out. There's got to be another door that matches the Shogun ones just enough. Yeah, let's look at Ryumara doors. I don't think any of those are really going to match, but... So we're essentially trying to find a door that matches those from another set, because those other doors are just weird and kind of wide. But I swear there's got to be like a replacement I can use that matches well. I guess that's a Ryumara one. We can try that. Because that should mostly match the ones I'm currently using, and I think it might give me some more wiggle room on the pieces I could attach to the side of it. So now let's just sort by Shogun and see if I can get these walls. Yeah, I think those will work, but I gotta... Oh, they're just wider, though. That's the problem. They're like 2 studs wider on each side. I think the LEGO Pass updates in September. Yeah, this is in Sandbox. Most of my builds will be in my Expert World and have been up to this point. Problem with my Expert World is like the longer that time passes and the more that I build there, no matter where it is in the world, it's making the world laggier as time goes on. So I've just been really discouraged from building more stuff in the Expert World, just because it ends up being clunkier, and the more I build there, again, like even if I build like on 2 opposite ends of the map, it doesn't matter where I am. I overall end up feeling just like tons of lag. This one doesn't match too much either. Oh, I guess I was using a shorter version of this wall. I was using like 8, and because that's an 8. Maybe I was just using the... What was I using there? Yeah, it's usually like sometimes they're shorter in between, sometimes they're just longer. So I guess, yeah, for here we'll use... So I think if I do 8s... No, that should work. Like that mostly matches. Like, trust me, I'd love to use these ones, but they're kind of goofing me. Because I got to make this whole thing thinner. I don't know if I'll... That's too wide. Yeah, it's going to be the same here, and I'm going to end up bumping into those lights with the roof. I guess I don't need a roof for these. I could just build it, because, like, there's already technically a roof. So I'm wondering how many stories up. That would basically let me build all the way up. Yeah, let's try that. Let's just go no roof. And I could always put, like, a flat, something flat or more simple going over the top. Otherwise, this building is going to have to be, like, super, super, super skinny. Which isn't a bad thing, but I want to make the building, like, fleshed out at the very least. So here, let's try this. And then, what are my options here? What if I went with this there and that there, and then we did the corner? Would I be able to fit the roof pieces? Let's see. It's looking good so far, so I think... Oh, that's gonna be too much. Here, let's just start from this end. Yeah, I think this is good. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. That'll work. Although... Did I get that right? 3... Yeah, okay, I think that's even. There we go. So I just had to make the building a little bit thinner than I had it previously. Even thinner, might be able to do 2 12s here. Or a 12, and then an 8. There we go. Perfect. Now, back to this. Perfect. Cool, 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 cool. We've done it. We've figured out the spacing for this bad boy. Alright. That's a little dark down here, but we could probably even add... Let's see what kind of lights we got. There's no wall lights for Shogun, so... What do we put in here? That one wouldn't be bad. That one looks nice. I kind of like that, too. Well, actually, these would probably look really good. Red, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then... It's going to be hard to tell if I can get that one across from that one correctly. Those don't add a ton of light, though, do they? They're more like... light. Let's see what else we got for ceiling stuff, too. I want a Lego City Pass that has, like, skyscrapers, sidewalks, roads. Like, gives you the whole kit to, like, build your own custom city. Because we have parts that can kind of do that. But it'd be nice to get, like, 3 or 4 different, like, skyscraper walls and windows in different styles. I think that would be sick. If anything, I'll add just some temporary lights down here just so I can see better. There we go. What's up, Raven Chick? I mean, it's not good or bad. Any Any sort of progression is good as long as you're having fun. But I mean, if it's a year old, you've got a lot of other stuff to do. If you're saying you haven't played in like a year. Oops. Let's do Shogun roof. Oh, it's gonna stick up too far. Just barely too. I probably know what we can do. Is there a longer version of these? Oh, kinda. Yeah, let's see if those will work. That'd be kind of cool. Oh, those aren't even gonna... They're not even gonna fit properly. That's okay. I've got another idea. If I can see what I'm doing. There we go. That works. Now we need some wall lights to light it up in here. I like these ones a lot. Let's go outside. Solid. We can get rid of these now. It's just there to help me see. Although I still kind of want to add some sort of light in here, but I'm not sure which one to go with. Let's see what kind of hangy ones. Let's see the Ryumara ones that might look good in here. They don't even add that much ambient light, though. It's more directional. Wonder if these ones would look good. Nah, not what I'm going for. That might not be a bad choice. Those are pretty bright, too. Yeah, some of them are more directional than anything. Like, these ones are pretty damn good for how small they are. Holy cow. Because I just, like, really want a few to, like, illuminate it down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, that should be plenty. That makes it so you can actually see the top of that under here. And then you really won't be able to see like, you'll still be able to see the illumination down here. What's up, Zep? Welcome in. You can't get Kai to live in your village? I think you have to talk to him, and I think then... Talk to him again at the base. I think when I interacted with him, he said I could meet him anywhere, like see him at villages after that. Okay. Got that build, and then This one will probably, instead of building like a building here, I'll probably make like an outdoors market type of deal. And then same with down there, since I have way less vertical space. Or I could just put I could probably just mimic this building and put 2 of them here. Let's do that. Just got to make sure this one's a little shorter. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure those corners will end up overlapping. Let's see. Nope, we're good. Yeah, I'll just do 2 of these down here. This one's gonna have to be even shorter, though. Actually, let's use the other style since we did that over there. So yeah, we can just do that back to there. That back to there. Get our corner. Boom. Boom. And then down here, we want, I think it was a 12 and an 8. Oh, there's only that kind of 8. It's so silly. I guess in the back, I'll just make those match. Oop, not a 16. 12 and 8. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, and then I don't remember where those lights were from, but maybe aha. It's like right in front of the llama heads, like right about there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then if we go right across there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from where it's red. There, now I got some illumination up there. Lights. I think we put those up a little higher too. So they match height. There we go. And I can make other stuff later, but for now, this literally works perfectly for those buildings underneath. Let's start our next area, because I'm going to build more like decorations and stuff on the little mini docks. Oh, also I should add probably right here or something. Yeah, like that. I need to add a little staircase dropping down from here. Oops, flip that. Like that, and then I'm pretty sure we just use the Ryumara stairs. Oh no, we use Sugi ones, so add that. Okay, the Sugi stairs, and Are these under here? Yeah, there we go. And then the fences, I think we used one of the, they're from one of the castles or something. Oh wait, I can move this forward another space, I think. I think that's what I did there. Maybe it was just 6. Oh, wrong one. Like that. I think that's right. And then we need, I think it was these ones. Yeah. Match, match. We're good. And then I think we just needed Sugi railings. Or did I use the noble? Yeah, it looks like we used noble, because it matches better than I like the Sugi ones did. Boop. And then, oh, you know what I did here to make it better was, I remember now, we started here, but then I went over and then moved it down, so that way it starts here. And then when I make this railing, this one's not that much taller than it. Like that. And like that. There we go. Is that Survivor? No, this is a sandbox world. I've been kind of avoiding building in my expert world lately because it's 1, it's a super old world. 2, it has tons of builds like throughout worldwide, and it just makes it like really laggy. And it's been really discouraging to try to build or even do regular progression content on there just because it's kind of lagging so hard. What's up, Brogy? He was hitting the tree. Yeah, you gotta... There's some trees you can break with your hands. The little skinny white ones. In the grasslands you can actually break with your hands. But other than that, not so much. All right. Let's do this. Let's get another thing going. So I think the Lego Pass is worth it. This one definitely. That's what I'm... The Ryumura City's from the Lego Pass, right? I think it's the last unlock. What kind of tips are you looking for? But Colt, I'm building a Ryumura City. Custom. I'm trying to think how we want to do this. Oh, how did I get a gap between there? I must have built from, like, up instead of down. I didn't realize there was a gap there before. Is that how I wanted to do it? Here, what I'll do first is we'll just... So this is the back side. Here, we'll do this a little further. All right, there we go. I just need a good starting point here. So I kind of want this one to kind of overlap this a little bit. And this one will be separate. I think that'll work. I think that'll end up working out nicely. You got to remember, just the way they're pointing is the way they're going to be going. So you think you'd want both sides going to blue or purple, but that actually makes them like go the opposite way. You want your left side to be like counterclockwise, and then you want your right side of your vehicle to be clockwise. If that makes any sense. You know what? No, we're going to do this shorter, but I do like this design. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I'm in sandbox, though. Easy fix. I want that lower. that's a better differential. It's about as high as this one is, but still I wanted it lower than that one. Why don't I play survival? I do. Normally I would, and I would build everything in my expert world. Thing is, my expert world is so old and I've got so many builds on it that it just gets really, really laggy and it makes it frustrating until they can kind of do some more updates in that department and make it a little smoother. Because I can take you over to my expert world and show you some of the spectacular builds I've done, but sometimes I just want to build without having to worry about all the lag. Then obviously building in sandbox mode is already quicker to do, you know? What was those? 6 over and 1 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Right? Let me make sure that's right. I just can't remember now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Yeah. Okay. Thought I remembered correctly. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2. Yep, that's how close. Oh, one of those. Oh, that's why. What? Hello. There we go. All right, perfect. That's the same spacing as that, and that should be connected into the ground now. Let's do that, and it will be for sure, for sure. There we go. All right, we have our... I'm just building another one of these giant base plates. Why isn't there armor in the game? There is. You get them through your charms. Will give you... This is the symbol for armor. And then if you look at the bottom left... My health bar is bugged right now. When you have a full health bar, it just doesn't show it for some reason. But if you see that 30... That's my armor, or my shielding. I think it's more considered armor, though. What's up, J-Dub? But I think this will be a nice addition right here. This is in sandbox, but I normally build in survival. Let's see if I can do this corner correctly. Trust me, I much prefer building in expert. Oh, perfect. One. Oop, dang it, wrong way. Everything's backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Perfect. Wait, why am I... Did I mute myself? Mute the game? Okay, let's just hit mute. Oopsie. Because that one's not going to be able to go that way. And then this one's not going to be able to go left. So I'll probably just make these two go straight down. And then the other corners, I can do the fancy style that I'm doing. The longest part of this build so far is just building these fancy base plates. Two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2. Because, like, you see all of this from here to here. There's actually a lot of parts involved in that. So first I get the little branchy things sticking out, and then I basically go back through and do all this detailing. Favorite update? It was probably, like, honestly, Storm King is still, like, one of my favorites. Still, like, the big bad boss, essentially, and it's still, like, probably the most well put together boss fight. Two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. And then how did I do these inside corners? I did one for this one too. Let's see. It's like, I think that's the corner. I just don't remember how many from the outside I did to the inside corner. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll see how that works out. Because I have an inside corner here too, which probably isn't going to work the same way. I guess that one will work okay there. Oh my god. I swear it's like it's switching midway through me looking. Yo! Louts and Bo, thank you for the follows. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So it's like from here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See, that won't work. But I technically don't have to have one there in the corner because that one will be there. So I can pretty much just find the next space that this one, 1, 2, and then we can come all the way. Let's just call it. Oh, hold on. It's going to be impossible to tell. That's 2 spaces, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, it's gonna go right in front of that. That's a no-go. I really don't even need any right there. That won't be necessary.
It's all coming together.
But here we can do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that even? Yeah, I think it is. Because I think on these inside ones over on this part, I think I just made them go straight down anyway. I made one of them go straight down. It doesn't matter. It definitely is. Yo, Cray Cray, what's going on? What's up, Devil Dog? Welcome in, welcome in. Alejandro Cruz, also thanks for the follow. Welcome in. Right, so these two... Anybody start watching Avatar The Last Airbender live action season 2, by the way? I got through 2 episodes last night with Heather. See, for these, I think we end up just going straight down. Like, I'm sure I could add these, but it's not that big of a deal, because they'd end up overlapping this way, I think. Yeah. So we'll just go that and that. It's all coming together. Or do I do that both and then we come down? Yeah, let's do that. Like that. Like this. Like that. That works. Oop, that does not work because that's in the wrong spot. I am blind. Oh, it's because it's nudging it the wrong way. There we go. You know, I even wonder for this one, if I could just come straight down with this, that'd probably be better. And then below that, we just top it off with one of these so it actually connects. I'm trying to make these little claw supports. Yeah, Sandbox World. Just continuing this build that I've been working on lately. Favorite set? I really still like Anarchy Acres. It's like one of the most, I don't want to say basic, but it looks good. It's got a lot of good parts and decorations too that are like good for other builds in the game that don't necessarily belong to Anarchy Acres, but they can end up looking good in like any other setting. Here, I got an idea to make this easier. There. It's just, I'm using these as rulers right now. So that way, when I go to place this one directly in the center... Oh, that needs to go back even another space. Hold on. Because otherwise it can be sometimes really hard to find your center. Here, watch, I can do this even better. So now that's in the center, and then that's the center of that center. It's easier than trying to eyeball the whole center of this thing, right? 1, 2, and then there. So now I got this one right in between those ones without having to do any counting. And then we can just get rid of our pieces that we were using as guides. Oh, this one's going to be a long boy. You've been watching me for 2 years now, I think? Well, thank you. It really means a lot. If you want to come join me on Twitch, that's always an option, but no obligation. There, I probably won't be able to fit one. Here, we can probably fit one-ish, and it doesn't have to be perfect, because it's not going to be the same as there, but we'll do it like... I think like right there will be more of like the middle. Perfect. Now again, to find our middle here. Boom. 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 Middle. There we go. See how I'm using these as just visuals? You put the same amount on each side, and then it shortens your, like, so then you know you're this many spaces in, and then you can more easily see where the middle is. These ones, we just go... Wait a minute. Yeah, because those ones are sticking up a little bit, too. I had to put another piece there. There we go. And then I really don't even need one right here. There's almost, like, not enough room. Otherwise, I think it'd be too close. I can make this like an opening too. Like I could make another little stairway down here, and then I can make a stairway up into the bottom part here or something. Actually, down here, I might not even do a dock. Although that would fill up the space better if I did. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll do like I've got an idea for down there. But now... the tough part. Because I guess I would want an area down here to get us up into here. What's up, bro? What level Fortnite Odyssey? I don't know what you mean. This season so far, I'm only level 61 right now. I haven't been playing a ton this season. It's coming together. Just takes a really long time to build these bases. The base plates, rather. Whatever you want to end up calling them. I think those were roof pieces. Not as perfect on these corners, but we do what we can. All right, next is the gray fence going all the way around, and we've been using these ones. And let's start with this corner, and we'll meet in the middle. So 1, 2, 2 leaves us with the grand total of 12. So what I can do instead... Hey, break. Is we just go... Just to make the pattern easier. Boom. Boom. Then we break that. And that. And then we start with one of these. And then go boom. Boom. And then there's 4 perfectly in the middle. So we don't have like 4 of those 4 lengths right in a row. This is how I make things even like this. You start with your corners. And then you kind of figure out from there... Like, I think that's going to end up being the same thing. What is that for? Yeah. So we'll do the same thing here, except for it's a little bit shorter. So we just start with 4s, and then we go 2 12 or 2 16s, and then another 4 in the middle. And we do that for all the sides. I think this is the same as the other one, right? So we would want 4... 4, 16, 16, 16, 16, 4. And same thing here, except for 1 16 in between, but we're going to go 4, 4, 16, 16, and back to 4 in the middle. And now for these edges, it's going to be a little weird. But it's going to work. Give me the point of building. Give me the point of drawing. Give me the point of painting. Give me the point of anything artistic. It's fun. At least that's what I see it as. It's all the same reasoning here. But 1 TNT and it's over? Not really. 1 TNT might break a chunk off, but could always rebuild it. Plus, that's not going to happen unless you make it happen. And you didn't have their point? I'm not sure what you mean. You were building, not artists or paint. Building with Lego bricks is literally no different than drawing, painting, or do you know what a mosaic is? A mosaic is where you kind of like, you can use scraps of paper to make a mosaic. You could just tear up a bunch of construction paper in different colors and then make it into a portrait or a picture of something. Like, that's building. I mean, you're just like... Art is just using a medium. With painting, your medium is your paint and your canvas. With sculpting, your medium is your sculpture and your chisel. With Lego bricks, the medium is literally the Lego bricks. Building an IRL better than dead game? I mean, if that's your opinion, then build in real life, man. But my opinion is they're just as satisfying to me, hence why you see IRL builds behind me and virtual builds in front of me. I'm not trying to convince you. It sounds like you're trying to convince me. You know what I mean? Which I'm convinced the exact opposite of what you are. You know? Let's get built. What I think would even be less of, it has less point to it. Trying to convince a streamer that what they're doing has no point to it. I think that task alone is more wasteful of time than anything that I'm doing here. You know? Maybe you don't, but that's how I see it. How many hours do you have on Fortnite? Fortnite overall, definitely thousands and thousands. LEGO Fortnite, like 1,500 hours probably, give or take, probably more. I really don't know. I don't keep track. Hey, what's going on, Dylan? What am I doing? We're working on Hayumara, at least that's what it's called in game, this build kit that I'm using. This is like the prefab that they give you with these building parts. And then usually I'll take those building parts and make them into like my own thing. So this is like, it's hard to, I wish they would really adjust the way you place these prefabs. They're so big, you can't even really see where you're placing them or what they look like where you're placing them. Oh, build Lego, but I need brick, so give me your brick. No, thank you. All right, next spot is to go... Let's just get these corners in. I'll make it easier. The great thing about building digitally in LEGO Fortnite is, yeah, you could spend some money on in-game stuff. However, there's tons of free stuff, so technically you could still play this game for free without spending a dime. But even when you do spend the money, I have essentially, there's a build limit to a certain point. But do you know how much... Let's just not even look at this. This right here. If you were to get all the Lego parts IRL to build this, I promise you, in online orders, and even if you were pulling from, like, you're spending like $500 to $1,000 on sourcing all these parts. Maybe more like $500 to $750. But then you add this part. Now you're well over $1,000 in Lego parts. Well over. No, I'm not going to give you any of my Lego. I spend money on those for me. No, thank you. Don't be a beggar. That's not a good look. Let's see. After that, we go to these guys. Or using this one. Oh, and on the insides, I need to do one more brick too, right? Next to that? Yeah. Just do that on all the corners before I forget. What are the parts holding up the platform? If you go to supports in the... They're from Ryumura City, which I'm pretty sure is from the Lego Pass. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. The current Lego Pass that you can buy with the ship parts. And I think this is the last unlock you get. But it's Ryumura City, and then these are under supports, and I'm using these things. So like you can see there, and then down here I split it. And then to extend it, you can kind of see some points I'm using this to extend because it needs more space to touch the ground. And then in other parts where I need even more space, I'm using these ones. But they're all of them in sports. This build, I've probably close to 10 hours now. Maybe a little less. You're very creative. Thank you. I appreciate it. You have 4,200 hours on your Switch? Sheesh, that's crazy. I mean, admirable, but crazy. Sheesh. Got it. Okay. So now we should be able to go from end to end here. Yup. Perfect. It's a beaut. I mean, I've done this like 3 times already, but we'll do the corners, the inside corners later because they're different from outside corners. They take a little more pizzazz, a little more finesse. Doop. Dope, wrong one. Oh, I wasn't using the wrong one for those ones, was I? Oh, no, I was. Wait, was I? No, those are the brown and comboed ones. Yeah, okay. I wanted to make sure I was using the ones that have brown accent in it instead of the ones that have all gray. Okay. Got that. See, I want to have the, like, things on, like, all sorts of different levels here. How old is this world? Oh, this is a super new world. This is a sandbox world that I'm doing more recent builds on, mostly because my expert world. Like, I can take you to my expert world here in a little bit and show you some of my builds I've done there, or a lot of the builds I've done there. But the problem with that is the more I build on that world and the more time that passes by, it just becomes laggier and laggier. And it's becoming to a point where it's like, it takes away from the fun and speed that I'm able to do things at. So I've been avoiding playing in my expert world lately in favor of my sandbox, where I'm able to kind of fly through stuff a little bit faster with, 1, not having to worry about lag, and 2, being able to build faster. Just naturally anyway. I think we're just going to do that. Wish there was a shorter version of this, but there isn't. Let's just use... You know, yeah, let's go across with this one because I think... No, those meet it like the same way, so we'll just add a handful of these going in until we meet in the center. There, that'll be good enough. And then there was another inside corner we had to work on. Boom, boom, and we'll do the same thing. Boom, boom, and boom, boom. Another thing about, you know, just building, this is building IRL or digitally, it's fun to problem solve. Like, all of this, this doesn't come together magically. I kind of have to use my brain the whole time and engage it, which is definitely nice. You know, you want to be, yo, Dr. Loomy Builds, welcome back, and thank you for the raid yesterday. Also, J-Dub, thank you for the raid yesterday. Expert has point, creative no point. According to your logic, neither of them have a point, but that's your logic. But creative, it's like, I don't get the point behind that. It's like an area where you have unlimited resources. Some people, this is the area to learn. That's like saying that there's no point in Fortnite creative or UEFN modes like box fights. There's no point in box fights. You're not winning battle royales, but no, you're practicing your skills for when you go into BR. Same thing like, you know, sandbox. Some people only have so many hours in the day. You know, they've got jobs, they've got whatever it is, and maybe they only have 2 hours. Maybe they want to spend that 2 hours building the whole time instead of, you know, they have 2 hours available and they're spending like an hour of it farming, another half hour of it moving those items to the place that you want to build, and then you have a half hour to build. Some people, why would they do that? That sounds like less of a point to me. It just depends on what you're interested in, really. We got that corner, we got that corner. And then below that, we go to the upside down builds. Yeah! I thought I already had them modded up, but I guess I'm crazy. Crazy for not doing it sooner. Wait, we need the roof pieces in this color. Just select them so I can have them ready to go. Yep. Okay, and then we just need our contraptions, controls, no thruster. This guy. Then this guy. Is that just... Hold on. I can't see anything. Then I feel like it's... That piece is not going where it's supposed to be. Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. It was like, I couldn't get it to go that one more space up. There we go. Moving and grooving. Now that we got that set, it's really easy to get the rest of these upside down ones. Alright, and then back to the Ryomura. It's getting dark already. I seriously, at least for Sandbox, we need a mode to just lock in. I've been saying this all week now. We need some sort of setting in at least Sandbox, if not Expert. In Expert or Survival, it would need like an in-game way to do it would be more like make sense. But in Sandbox, you just should be able to go over to the settings and be like morning, mid-afternoon, day, night, and lock in the sun in that position so you're not losing your daylight and having to sleep pointlessly just to so you can see what you're doing again. Wait a minute. Is that right? 2. Why is that only... What? What did I do? That doesn't seem right. Why wouldn't there be... Why is there... 2? Why is there an odd amount of spaces? Did I put one of these in the wrong spot? No, that's in the right spot. Did I... I'm confused. Hold on. Oh, yeah, because this one only hangs on there by 1. So it gives you... There, okay. Silly. I'm just being silly. Yeah. For some reason, that wasn't registering in my brain right away. Thank you. And then here really doesn't matter too much. Here, let's start from over there. Otherwise, I'm going to have to place a new one. At least in those inside corners, I just kind of overlap them and call it a day. Oops. See, this one again, it's like, for some reason, even though I'm aiming as high as I possibly can, it's, there we go. I need to, like, adjust it vertically by 1 stud. Oh my god, I hate it when everything's backwards. Get too goofed. There we go. Boom. Then we go... Boom, ba-doom. Can I do just another one of these? Nope. Eight, 4, and likely a 2 will round us off there. And then Since I know there's going to be a gap of 6, we might as well do that first. And then that. Could have done that with the other ones if I wanted them to be like perfectly symmetrical, but I ain't going crazy over it. I mean, someone in the chat might, but we're not worried. We ain't worried. So right here we would do another 6. And then go back to the 16s. And then back to the corner. And then back to the 16s. What time is it? I gotta feed the dogs here. It's 6 o'clock, and I'm surprised Bones hasn't yelled at me yet. Who wants dinner? Yeah, Bones shot up. Literally, he's like pretty much dead asleep. I go, dinner. You better fix it. No. Honestly, because you can't really tell there's a missing gray part there, it'd almost be easier to notice it in the middle. Still playing this? Oh, yeah. Heck yeah, dude. I hope everybody's enjoying the things they want to enjoy, regardless of how many other people in the world are enjoying them. That's the whole point of enjoying something, is you enjoy it. Hopefully based on what you feel and think of it, not others, you know? But yeah, I'll be right back. I gotta go feed the dogs. Bones, I hear you, and so do I. Sorry, Bones got loud there. He usually doesn't get that loud. I think it's because I had my charger cord strung across in front of the door, so he's like blocked from getting out of the room technically. Like he's only 3-legged, so he obviously won't hop over stuff like that. But he was hungry. Hungry. Okay, next is I got to do the brown and the gray below that. Gray below that, brown below that. So let's just throw a piece there and a piece there. We'll be able to do both. Maybe not at the same time, but...
Thank you for your patronage.
Yo! NZ Stumpy Tech, welcome back and thank you for the resub, dude. Welcome. All right, bam. Bam. Corners. I think we did that there. Oops, that's wrong. Yeah, we do it on the ins. Wait, no, we do it on the outside. That's wrong. So there. And then the brown. There we go. And then these ones, I got to do the lights first before I do the gray ones, but the brown ones will do. Oh, wait, no. I just did gray and gray. I thought I switched them. Well, I guess that makes more sense. For some reason, I thought I had them, like, switched for more contrast. I was wrong. Brown on brown. There we go. We'll just start here and do it. Give me 2 filters. Let's see. Depends on what you have. Let's go. I know. Let's do one. Like, do you have a lot of the paid ones? Otherwise, I can stick to free ones, obviously. Well, I think Log Cabin and Salty Seaport would go really good together. And I know those are both free. They're both brown-ish color, but I think those could work together well. Yo, thank you, Enzy. Yeah, it's all coming together, the vision. See, now, after I get this curved, like this one's at a different angle, after I get this all built up, like these ones, I'll probably, just to make sure I'm not hitting complexity, I'm probably going to move, like, I'll do another huge chunk, like, right in this area that's, like, a little bit further away from these ones. And then same thing with, like, over here. I'll start with, like, maybe a piece there and then extend it in, like, almost like a large T shape. So big line there and then a line there. And then I even have room up here to do another chunk. Or I could just do another kind of big area there. But I'd like to have this, like, built up all over the place. And then I'll probably, yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily need to. Like, I may end up building on the green part, but for the most part, I'm keeping it over the water. First I'm gonna relog. I'm getting the lag when I go into building mode and I look from, like, one piece to another. It has, like, a frame skip or something like that. It's really annoying. Which of the following are reasons you play LEGO Fortnite Odyssey today? The Battle Pass. Well, more so the LEGO Pass. Building existing villages. Messing around. Sure, I guess Ninjago's an IP collab. That's what I'm doing today. I always like actually care on the surveys. It's the game I love and stream every day. I might as well take the extra 3 seconds to care about the survey they give me. I feel like being Kai. Unless anybody else wants to redeem on Twitch real quick. Or skin select. By all means, I'll give you like 30 seconds. If someone wants to redeem, get it fast. You can only redeem one at a time. I love that it's built on top of the rice fields. Thank you. And I'm probably, even beyond on top of the rice fields, I'm probably going to have a couple of, and I have the perfect piece to use for it. I'll probably build on the side of the mountains too. I decided to run my world and remove all the random bus stops and markers to tell you what. Yeah, I honestly did that in my expert. I pretty much, when I was exploring for a while at one point, or I don't remember what I was exploring for or looking for, but I was basically like, anytime I see a bus station, I go and grab it. And that's why I have like probably 2 to 3 stacks of rift crystals. I'm gonna click play if nobody redeems. Maybe Kai is what everybody wants me to play as anyway. Welcome in, people. We building. We out here building. There we go. Ooh, it's warm in my house again. While we're loading in, I'm going to go drop the AC by a degree or two because it's getting warm already. Yeah, that's the reason I'm building with this is I haven't built with this kit like at all. Okay, we should be good to go now. It doesn't feel laggy now. You know what? Let's do it the safe way and make it even from one side to the other. Almost wish there was a hotkey to turn your previous filter back on or not. That'd be kind of interesting and helpful. Oops. There we go. So now we'll start from the outsides. Work our way in. I think that's just an 8 in the middle. Oh, nope. See, that's why I started here. Oh, yeah, and then it doesn't connect because there's nothing technically there to hold on to. So this part will be just a tiny bit off center, but I'm not worried about that kind of stuff. You can't worry yourself with that kind of stuff. Otherwise, you end up going crazy. If you try to make everything like literally perfectly symmetrical, you'll go nuts. Trust me, I've gone nuts. Oh, duh. I need to start over here. Clear the filter, get my thruster back. And then at least I have these in the recent, so I don't have to refilter right now. Boom. Now I need the other piece I don't have in the recents, which is this one. And then I might as well make that one like actually even. Boom. I think that makes it how I need it to go here. Probably wrong. Works for me. Boom. Getting better at building these base plates. Have a good one, Sebas. Do you have any Lord of the Rings sets? Can you see that? Can you see, why am I losing the name right now? My brain was in Lego mode, not in naming Lego and naming Lord of the Rings stuff. Why is it escaping me? The where they have the secret meeting. It's I was not ready to answer that right now. My brain is in elsewhere. Someone rejog my brain. It is not working right now. No, not Bohemian Grove. I guess that's probably where they actually have the secret meeting, but the whole city. The whole Elven city. No, I'm sorry. They were asking if I had any Lord of the Rings sets. I've got again, it's I don't know why it's escaping me. I say it like all the time. Anytime I think about it, it pops right into my head. Rivendell. I don't know. Yeah, dude. My brain was in build mode and could not think. I probably couldn't have think of any name. Rivendell. Yes, that's the one. It's like as soon as someone says it, I'll feel like an idiot. But yes, Rivendell. But what I'm making is a Ryumara city. A custom one. From the ground up. Oh, let's at least get this corner in, and then I'll get the lights going, because those actually need to go in first, so I can kind of figure out the spacing that I'm going with. So normally I did lights in between. I might just do 2 lights in between here. But I'm not 100% sure, because the spacing is going to be a little bit different from the other one that I've done. But we need lights. We need this guy. Figure we can do 2, but I'm gonna have to like actually count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's a good split. 9, 10. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's try that first. Although this one's... Yeah, we'll just do the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's solid. You also got to remember this one's centered, so it's going to be 1 stud off. So, like, even though they're not perfect, it's about as perfect as I can get it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then with these ones, we kind of just work around these the best we can. So that one there. So as you can see here, it's going to be either one. I'm not going to be able to perfectly center it here, but I guess I could. I guess I could bump this one in one more, like do this one 9 spaces out. And then I would have like evenness between all of them. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then when we put this one in, it'll be right in between those two. And then that would mean this one would need to go 9 inward instead of 8. 6, 7, 8, 9. I forgot I didn't even need to do a thruster for these ones. They're already upside down. Rip. Rip my time. See, and then this one will be 2 away. Yeah, that works. Yo, Logan, thank you for the follow. How to make the lightsaber? You're going to need to go to your Star Wars island. So, like, for me, this is a newer sandbox world, but I could still tell you exactly. There, Star Wars island. You would go to, so you should have an automatic bus stop there. So like if I go to this bus stop here, oh, why is that setting, dude? Every other time I log in, that setting or that keybind is wrong. See how I have next quick bar slot scroll wheel? I do this like 4 times a week when I'm streaming. I have to unbind that, and then when I log in again, it's somehow rebound back to scroll wheel. Because I have scroll wheel for my interact. That's always been my easy. But you should have a Rebel Outpost stop that'll take you directly to Star Wars Island, assuming you haven't already broke it on Star Wars Island. But Star Wars Island is going to have Star Wars creatures and enemies, and those will drop Kyber crystals, and then you would build the Rebel workbench, and this is where you're able to actually make the lightsaber. So there's different rarities of Kyber crystals and different colors. Excuse me. So just depending on what Kyber crystals you're ended up finding, you can use those to make lightsabers. However, gold is technically the best hilt because it gives you an extra rune slot on the lightsaber. The lightsabers, I mean, yeah, if you like, it's more of an aesthetic. They are not the best weapon in the game, but they're not bad. They're definitely not bad. Are there better ones like the plasma pistols and like the, you know, the legendary Ninjago weapons? Yeah, those are probably going to be a higher DPS output overall, just better. But lightsabers, come on. How can you argue with a lightsaber? It's cool. They used to be much like before the most recent Star Wars update. They honestly were like kind of mid. Beautiful. Let's see here. You know what? J-Dub, I gotta do this to me. Now that I'm looking at it. Look what you've done to me. Turned me back into a perfectionist. There we go. Because otherwise I had that kind of blank spot over to the left, but now I can see my middle really well. All right, let's see. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think 10 will be good. No, I think 8. Oh, it's gonna be like too close together. I kind of want them as like even as possible. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's solid. Oh, what's going on with the graph? The effects there. The light rays are going all haywire. This one can go... Why the heck is that all the way up there? That one should be able to go there, and then a corner should... Wait. Why is that? I got that one lined up. Maybe I accidentally did that one over. No, why? That should be like perfect. Am I crazy? Maybe I had that one 2 studs off and didn't even realize it. Is LEGO Fortnite your favorite game? Yeah, I mean, I like other games too. I play a lot of Marvel Rivals as well when I'm off stream. And actually, just today, thanks to one of my other buddies, I hopped on with some of my other buddies to play World of Warcraft Season of Discovery. I've always been a WoW fan. Okay, so here we'll probably just go like right in the middle of these 2 points. And then oops. Yeah. Like there and there. And then we kind of figure out the spacing. Yep. And then in between here, we should probably be able to fit one of these with some good space. There, just like that. Beautiful. Just like that. Oh, I forgot to build that down. Rip. I think I just needed another half step. Oh, there we go. And then I was going to build another thing, but that's right where that stairway goes down, so it kind of gets in the way. So here, let's just start here, and we'll kind of do a guesstimate with our 8 that we've been going with. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on that edge, and then this one would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, perfect, because it's not going to bump in. And then, no, that's almost too close to that one. So I think we'll just do one like in the middle-ish here. Oh, here, I got it. We'll do the fences first. And then that'll help me. Then we'll do this. We'll start from here. And that'll help me, like, as a ruler. So let's go over one space from that. Over one space from that. And then we can kind of determine that our middle is da. If it even works out, it's probably going to bump into this. Yeah. We could always just move it in a little bit. You'll almost never notice. Almost. Oh, but then we can... I don't really want to build in front of it. So, yeah, we'll just do the 4s, and it kind of gives the illusion that it's the same spacing as the rest of them. Like I said, you can almost barely tell that that one is connected to nothing, technically, but 2 spaces further back than these ones are. Like, you can barely tell. Like, you can only tell if you really know you're looking for it. Which is fine. Also, it's almost 7 o'clock, so I gotta go pick up Heather here soon. I know I started a little bit later here today. What am I building? A custom Ryumara city. I still got a lot of detailing work. Like, I haven't done any decorations. So, like, up here, there's going to be a lot more, you know, clutter and random little boutiques and maybe some more plants and some... I don't know what the heck that's supposed to be. Stuff like this. I haven't really gotten to that part of the process yet. And besides, there's tons, not just with this filter, but I mean, there's like a gajillion different things I could be putting up here that would make sense from different kits. But right now, I'm just working with mostly the Ryumara stuff. But there'll be plenty more detail added as I go on. Right now, I spent the last, like, almost 2 hours building this. Takes a while. It's just a process. Like, these base plates honestly take me longer than the actual builds on top of them do. Because I made them so fancy. We like fancy. That's not right. There we go. So I don't even know if that spacing is going to be right. It seems right, but... yeah, we can do that. And then what would fit best between here? One of these guys, I'm hoping. Works for me. Oh, except that's wrong. Wrong. There we go. I think for this one is the same as that one. And I think we just went 8 inwards for the lights. So we would start there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that means that one would actually just go right underneath this part here. Boom. 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 Yeah, I know there's a little bit more space between there, but I'm not going to be able to make it absolutely perfect. All right, just a couple more sides here. So for here, I don't think I have anything that I've done similar to this one yet with this as far as the spacing goes. So I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think 8 would be better. I guess I could do 6 and then 8. So from here and here we do 8, because that still should give me an even amount between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or did I just do 6? No, we did 8. 8. And then from this one, we do 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that'll give us... yes, I like the spacing there. Technically, we could do another 2 there. I guess it makes the spacing a little uneven there. But we'll just do this. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, this one too. I think we'll just do like one between these two and one between these two and kind of figure it out. Right about there. Right about there. Oh, since I can fit those, I might as well just make it a 16. Save me on pieces. It's literally, those are the same pieces, just double stacked. Boom. Beautiful. And then in between these two, we could probably do a 16 plus a little bit more. So yeah, so we'll do that, that, and that. Boom! I think our base plate here is completed. Do you think the Ninjago weapons are so powerful that it makes the OG weapons obsolete? Yes and no, because you don't, as a player, you know, let's say you start a brand new world today, there's nothing saying you have to go directly for Ninjago Island and start that content. Obviously, you can, and if you do, in that case, yes, because then you work yourself up to Legendary Ninjago, and then there's really no reason, I guess not no reason, but as far as meta is concerned, there's no reason to build the other stuff because you already got the good stuff. However, if you're looking to have a more like natural slash difficult progression, you know, you could always do things kind of in the OG order. Where kind of back in the day when you first started, there was the only thing to do is build grasslands, frostlands, and desert villages. So you can make that your first goal in a new world, just focusing on those three types of villages, which will progress. You could do them in any order, whereas back in the day, you kind of had to do grasslands, then desert, then frostlands, but you could still choose to do it in that order anyway. And then after that, you could go explore the Lost Isles, do the content there. After you do that, maybe you go to Star Wars Island, do the content there. Then after that, you would do Storm King, and then kind of complete that, beat Storm King. And then after that, go over to Ninjago Island. But yes, if you were to make a new world, go right to Ninjago Island, progress through that, you're essentially like, and that's why I wish all they need to do, not all they need to do, it's not like it's an easy process, I'm sure. But my suggestion has always been have different, where are my charms? Equipment. Yeah. So, like, we have Ninjago charms, right? And these end up being the best ones, too. Like, the legendary health charm is better than, you know, there is no other legendary health charm, but better than the old epic health charm, right? They still have one of those. Yeah, so the regular health charm. So I think epic is the highest rarity of that, which only gives you 160 HP. Here's what they should do. The Ninjago charms, they should almost have two different stat sets. If you're wearing a Ninjago charm, you should get this, like for this, how it has 350 health. If you are physically on Ninjago Island, you get 350 health from the Ninjago charm. However, if you were to take that Ninjago charm that you're wearing and go over to the mainland or Lost Isles or Star Wars or a Storm King Island or Storm King content in general, you would lose it would like almost cut this charm in half because it's not in its native area. And then likewise, they could make a whole different set of Star Wars charms that you would unlock through doing the Star Wars content and by leveling up your Star Wars village on Star Wars Island. So then you'd have like a legendary Star Wars health charm. So that way, if you brought your Ninjago charms to Star Wars Island, they would be worse than the Star Wars charms are on Star Wars Island. And then same thing if you took your Ninjago charms to the Lost Isles. Your Ninjago charms would then become less effective than the Lost Isles charms that you would build up there are. So that way it's not a one setup fits all. You would have to progress content in different areas to build up that progression to those specific charms. So that way, oh, I want to go to Ninjago Island, bring my Ninjago charms. Oh, I want to go to Star Wars Island, bring my Star Wars charms. And that would give more reason to have different ones and progress through them in any order, because it wouldn't at that point, it wouldn't matter what you did first. You could blow through Ninjago stuff and have legendary Ninjago charms, but when you brought them to Star Wars Island, you'd be like, dang, I'm feeling kind of weak here, until you get your Star Wars charms up. I think that would kind of fix that whole problem, because we already have like the Storm charm that all they'd have to do is like give it like a subclass. But then they'd have to like invent a whole thing for Lost Isles, which I don't think is a bad idea, because why not have a Lost Isles update 2.0 at some point where they make Klombo recruitable in your village? You know what I mean? They could always re-expand on past content like they have with Star Wars. They updated the whole Kyber crystal system. All they need to do is add like a charm system into it. And then maybe one day they rework Lost Isles and update it and give more content to do in Lost Isles, but also add Lost Isles charms, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, or just make enemies scale as you like get stuff. So like no matter where you go first, the next place you go is always going to be a little bit harder. Lost Isles would be sick if they had a big bad boss. It wouldn't be Klamo. It'd probably, because he's like a friendly, technically. You can fight him and make him angry and then ascend to heaven. But, and I say that literally, like you can't kill him when you defeat him. He literally just like, it's kind of funny, but so we'll just call it ascending to the next, to the big island above. But yeah, and Star Wars kind of has the big bad boss with the Death Trooper. One second, responding to text. Yo, Kenko's working on the Ryumara custom city that I've been doing for like the last week now on stream. Not I haven't been doing every day, but a couple hours here, a couple hours there. Most of my time has been dedicated to making these custom base plates, these raised base plates that I'm building on. I did quite a couple layers to them. So there's like the floor, there's that trim, fence pieces on top and upside down there. Then that half wall piece, and then these trim pieces upside down with lights and more fence pieces upside down. So it's kind of been the theme I've been going with for all these different bases. And then today I did these I just decided, I think down here, and I think you guys can agree, the OG, what's it, why am I losing? Man, I just can't think of any names today. The Shogun Palace. Shogun Palace are going to be the sub-level builds, and then Ryumaru will be above. And then after I finish this build here, I'm probably going to build another not the same thing, but a similar sized chunk more over here, so that way I can kind of combat build limit as I go, because the goal is to basically fill up this entire area. Like have a big chunk there, a chunk like here-ish, and then a chunk over here, and then have some separation between them, so that, again, that way I don't hit build limit. Looks like a new city on top of an old city. Yeah. It's almost like this was like the original, like just regular like docks and some humble builds, and then they're like 100 years later, they're just building upwards. I kind of like that idea or thought process behind it. What I'll also probably do is not literally, but I'll kind of flesh it out. I would like to use these pieces. I think these would be great to just stick out of the wall and then do something like this, where then I have a platform coming right off the walls. So I'd have like this sticking out however far, and then have some more builds up here. Build everywhere. You built a disco place? I'm already done? Or are you the one who asked me to build, or give you the 2 different themes? Don't want to give up the land rights? Okay, we'll build above you. That's funny. But yeah, it's starting to come together. I'm probably going to call it here. Heather's going to be off work here really soon, so I got to go pick her up. And I'm kind of at a good stopping point. I built the base plate, so tomorrow evening, I probably won't be on right at 4. If I do a stream tomorrow, it'll be a little bit later and a little bit shorter. And then the rest of the week is kind of TBA. W mods. Because I got a lot of, like, I could technically just keep it going and just keep building all over the walls, up and down. And it would just, because, like, it should all render in from here if I was, like, sitting. Oh, no, it starts to de-render right there. But even if I'm standing, like, right here in this spot, it would be so sick to just look down and it's just massive city all the way across the water. Massive different things hanging off the walls over here and over there. It would just be the sickest pan shot to be like, doo. Build limit. We'll see. That's why these 2 builds are connected by that bridge. So technically that's whole 1 unit. And then I separated this one. So this one's not going to, and also it couldn't because it's off-aligned. It's not on the same grid. But that's why when I get to the, like, this will probably cap off this chunk. And then I'll, like, that's where this one ends. I'll probably start the next one, like, right about there. So that way I'm building into a new complexity chunk. I can't remember the exact size. I know, like, with, like, Lego Moxie and all that stuff, figuring it all out, you know, I could maybe figure it out, but I just do a guesstimate. And as long as you're spacing stuff out, we should be good. Oh, just put it in my Discord, stupid edits. My Discord is linked in my TikTok bio, and then also if you go over to my Twitch, you can !Twitch there. But yeah, I'm going to be working on this for a while. This is going to be a hefty build. But the good thing is I'm probably not going to do, at least until I finish stuff, I probably will leave the interiors blank and just do exterior decorations, because I haven't started on that yet either. Like all this blank space here. We'll find some cool decorations and stuff to, like, you know, whether it's plants or whatever. We'll fill it. Like, this spot is still, like, this is technically unfinished, but as far as the structural outline, that's finished. Still got to go back through and add at least the external details, and then we'll see about internal details. However, what's great about these builds, it's kind of a double-edged sword. It sucks because when you go to the walls, you do not have a lot of variation. There's variation here, but if you notice, 16, 16, 16, 16, and 1 8 for that color for walls. So you have to build in like 16 chunks or 8 chunks. There's not like a lot of 2x2s, 2x4s, 2x6s, 2x12s. So that means overall the buildings are taking up more space but less piece count. So like this whole red building is probably like a tenth of the pieces I'm using for the base plate alone. So that kind of evens out. But we'll see. We'll see how it all works out. Yeah, I got a little bit of Fortnite Festival right there for these little, there's triangular square pieces, whatever you want to call them. I realized that after after I already built something there, and I was like, wait a minute, these Fortnite Forever pieces match perfect. Oh. There's probably some other ones I didn't look at specifically, but let's take a look at them now real quick. Oh, yeah, these walls in general. I could use the walls. Yeah, those actually are great. I mean, you can even do round ones if I wanted to. I'd probably stay away from the round, but yeah, this has variation. I wish they just gave that to every kit. Even if the developers aren't using them in the prefab, like, come on, give us, just design some 2, 6, 4s, 12s for every one of them, just so when we go to custom build, we've got some variation there. Yeah, all these pretty much work. What else we got? The fences, the supports, not so much. The roof could actually work pretty well. It's a rounded roof, but it could work. Oh, this might have gone well up there, too, just to... But yeah, these are great. And then the floors, not so much. Other deco. Ugh. Don't get tired now. But, like, definitely, if I wanted to add the... I guess I could add that there instead of the plants. Just make that a lounge. That already kind of matches. Oh, the arcade even matches even better. Ooh. Now I like that. It might make it impossible for finishing the roof. That's why I probably avoid round pieces in general for this specific build. But I do like the arcade pieces there. That looks nice. All right, we're gonna call it there. Let's see who we're raiding over to. What do you think, Miss Dimples, or should we go for someone that we haven't done before, like Lady Light? That's a or Groovy Build. Oh, it's a VOD channel, so they won't actually be there. I want to do someone who's there, so maybe Aloha Fam Gaming or Lady Light. Have a good one, Kegels. Hope your what was it, Red Dead Redemption build. Lady Light, perfect. Oh, you did? Perfect. All right, we're going to raid over to Lady Light 1. I don't think I've ever raided over to them before. But they're playing the game we all know and love, so give them some support, even if it's for a minute. Drop a follow when you get there or something. And I like I said, maybe see you guys tomorrow, and then the rest of the week will be to be announced. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it looks like they're just hanging out, building with, they got someone else in their world right now. So we'll send you over there. Have a good night, Twitch. I'm out of here. And then for everybody hanging out on TikTok still, I'd love it if you came and joined me on Twitch and or YouTube the next time I'm live. You can go drop a follow there. Same username, Epic Bricks, as well as my creator code, which I forgot to tell everybody on Twitch. But creator code Epic Bricks as well if you're getting any Lego passes. If you're buying any game through Epic Games, like Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, creator code Epic Bricks helps a lot if you're grabbing that, or like I said, any other game, anything in the item shop, any Lego passes, any battle passes, or even your Fortnite crew subscription. If you got a monthly Fortnite crew subscription, get my creator code in there if you don't have another one. Helps out a lot. But other than that, guys, if you're on Twitch or if you're on TikTok, come join me on Twitch the next time, and or YouTube. I'm live on all 3 platforms. If you see me live on TikTok, that means I'm on the other 2 as well. Same exact username. Come join me the next time. And every time I go live this week, this is just going to get bigger and bigger and crazier and crazier. So, with that being said, I'm out of here, guys. Have a great night.